Hello plant community, thanks for tuning in this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys, I will be sharing with you my succulents and my cacti collection. So if this seems like something that you're interested in, stay tuned. You don't want to miss out on this. Okay guys, so I just decided to share with you my cacti and succulent collection because I talk a lot about my Hoyas, of course, and occasionally philodendrons and syngoniums, but I realized that I don't really talk very much about my succulents and cacti for various reasons. In regards to the cacti, I think those are those planty plants that we have in our collection that we kind of forget all about them. We blast them with light, water them every once in a while, and that's pretty much it. So I kind of don't even think much about them, although they are still a significant part of my collection nonetheless. In regards to the succulents, you guys, I suck at succulents. That's just the bottom line. And particularly the string of stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I have a couple of string varieties here that are not doing very well, and I'll just get into detail as we go along with this show and tell. But first, before we go ahead and continue, if you have not subscribed, please do so, and thank you so much in advance. So, our first one is the string of necklace. Guys, this is all that I have left. I'm very disheartened about this one because I've had this actually in my collection for over 2 years. A full specimen, and I thought I had her down, but she took a turn for the worse, and I'm just trying to save this little bit that I have, but I'm hoping she'll bounce back, you guys. I thought she was an easy grower for me until she became not. And yeah, I don't know what happened or what went wrong. I just believe that her soil was too rock hard, and when I tried to break it up, I noticed it was a lot of dead stems, so I had to do a lot of cutting back, and this is what I was able to save. So a little disheartening, but I'm not really, I don't know, miracles have happened, so we'll see about this one. The other, let's see, I'm going to share, kind of want to share my to end it with a yay type of situation. So this one, I'm sick of, I was actually sitting on this one. She is a hot mess, you guys. Brace yourself. My ruby peperomia ruby cascade. Now, when I first got this plant, this is my third time around with this plant, and I'm calling it quits. I'm bowing down. I'm lowering the flag. It is over. Over with me. The relationship, it's you and me, because it can't all be me, right? It gotta be, some of it just gotta be you, and I don't know why, but here we are. So she looks a hot mess. I'm giving her the best light, I think. Maybe not watering her too much. I take for granted to allow her to go bone dry. So that's where I take ownership at. Honestly, I'm just at this point, I don't know. I'm just waiting for her to do what she always does and just leave. Leave this planty relationship that I thought we had, but clearly you don't want to have one with me, and I'm okay with that. Because then I won't buy you again. I promise you. 3 strikes and I'm out. So that's how I am with the plants. 3 strikes, I'm out, you guys. So yeah, I used to love this plant. Oh gosh. But you see, obviously for the red backs, but she's so chlorotic and the strings are dying. I could try to, and they kind of grouped up because it's a little bit longer than what it should be, but it's kind of vined up against each other. And I don't know, I'm just falling out of love with her. If I could get her to be back to that full dark green leaf in the front and the rich red backs, I would do so. But I don't know, later for this chick. I done had it with her. Also too, guys, dang, come on. Come on. Now she's showing off because we had a fight, but it's okay. Also, grab yourself a drink, you guys. I didn't realize that I had so many cacti succulent varieties because I'm having them here and there. I'll try to also tell y'all exactly where I'm growing them. Some of them you have already seen because they wind up being either in my favorites for the end of the month or some form of a proud plant parent moment with these babies, but we'll go on. My next one is my monkey tail cactus, and I have not had, look funny, I have not had her for quite some time. I've only had her probably for a couple of months, and so far she's given me all of this, and I have her hanging actually on the window right here in my sunroom. I'm not putting her outside. I'm not 100% sure how she would do outside. I really don't want to take a chance, especially if I just purchased her not too long ago. But she is a very beautiful plant, and I really enjoy and excited to see how well she will grow. She seemed to be a moderate grower. I wouldn't say a fast grower, but a moderate grower. So excited about that. This plant I'm about to show you, she's kind of tall. And I've shown you a lot. I've had her for about 2 years. No, just had to lift the plant pot. I've had her for, it will be going on 3 years. And this is my Euphorbia trigona. I'm very proud of this plant. She is currently in the non-growing season. She's in my living room getting nothing but Sansi light. But in the growing season, I usually have her as my front porch decor. And she is really taking off. I really love how she is branching off here. How she is branching off. And I don't know. I really love Euphorbias. And she's also, what I just noticed when I brought her in to show you guys, is she's actually growing a little growth point here. So she is loving life. I love that beautiful red hue that she gives me, and from time to time she does give me those beautiful flat, thin, like reddish flowers that euphorbias are known for doing. Another one that I have part of my home decor, well, no, excuse me, my front porch decor during the growing season, and in the non-growing season I usually have her hanging in one of my macrame close to a window in the winter time. And it is my aloe. I've had her for almost 3 years now. When I got her, it was from a big box store. I think I got her actually from Home Depot. You know how they have them in the little small. When I brought her, I think she was like in a 3-inch planter, and I put her in a 4-inch one, but she is getting really wild. She sits on my table that's on my front porch, and I don't know, I just love her. And I really feel good or proud to have this plant because my very first aloe that I brought, I actually killed by overwatering it. But now I think I've gotten the care down pack where I know when to give her water and when not. So she does give me that beautiful gift of showing me balance. Another thing I realized too, you guys, is I wish if y'all could see the table that I got down here holding all this stuff. You got pokies here, sticky there. I'm trying to be careful, but each time I put something down, something is scraping me. So I am actually trying to get through this video without injuring myself, if that makes sense. But on to the next one. This one I showed y'all not too long ago. And this is on, I'm sorry, I was looking at the plant. I'm inspecting it at the same time. But this one right here, you already see the top part of it. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you. This is some form of a blue cactus species, variety. I don't know if this is the blue candle cactus or not, but it is very gorgeous. It is growing very well for me. She is sitting on my ledge on my front porch as well. When I bring her inside, she's growing in my dining room where she is getting, I say, subtle fancy light. So, you know, I kind of pull back with the watering a bit. I think when I approach this winter season, it will be, I guess, 1 year that I've actually had her in my collection, but she has grown somewhat a little bit. And I mean, it's a lot in here. Very beautiful plant. I believe I got this plant from Ace Hardware. Y'all know that's like one of my favorite stores. You gotta be careful with these pricklies. Let me try to get some of these pricklies out my way. This one right here is dangerously beautiful in regards to pricklies, and this is actually called the toothpick cactus. I did not know exactly what it was or the name of it, so I kind of pulled it up. This plant right here, I actually happened to be going into CVS one day to get something, and you know, I think this was at the very beginning when they started to sell houseplants here and there. I don't know if y'all seen houseplants in y'all CVS, but it is here. And this was the only cactus that they had that looked like this, and I got it probably because it was so dangerously, like, it literally does look like toothpicks growing out. And I had this actually in my little trio planter with 2 other cacti that I'm about to show you. And I just recently, probably about a month or 2 months ago, I can't remember, but I did separate it because I noticed that it was growing and I didn't want the roots to start really intertwining into one another. So I decided to go ahead and separate the plants. And this was one of the trio. Toothpick cactus. The second one of the trio is my old man cactus. He has definitely grown a bit. I call them bunny ears. That's what it looks like to me. And she wasn't like this, so she's definitely done a lot of growth for me. And I've had her 2-ish, maybe 2.5 years. So she's been doing well. Actually, all 3. So the toothpick cactus, this one, and the last of the trio. Actually, looking at these cactuses, this is my, I think I need to give it some water. Yeah. Fairy tale cactus. And I don't know, I'm at a point where it looks like she looks like she needed to be watered to me, and I was actually feeling the leaves. The leaves feel very thin, so I'm going to give her a nice drink when I finish this video. One thing for certain, I try my best not to overwater any of my succulents and cacti. My next one, let's see. Man, these plants are deadly. Having them together. No wonder I have them like one here, one there. You couldn't have these grouped together. You mess around and woo, cut yourself. But anyway, this is my Cal and Chloe. It's the flowering variety. I don't know if all of them flower or not, but she has grown. She's been growing these little stems here and here. I just bottom water her. Actually, because this is such a tiny, and she lifts right up out of the thing, you guys, I just pull her out of here and stick her in a tray of water, let her soak it up, and then I put her back, because I don't think you're supposed to really get water on the leaves too much with this plant. As you can see, some flowers is dying off, but some is actually still hanging in there. So ever since I've had her, she's just been growing flowers and been maintaining it. So I don't know, we'll see, but she has definitely been growing. My next one, which is another plant I probably need to give her a drink. It's my Christmas cactus, you guys. Now, when I first brought her, of course, during the holiday season, she was bloomed for me, and this is one of my cacti that I have not been able to get her to rebloom, which is unfortunate to say the least. But I love her so much, and yeah, it's some kind of trick you got to do, I believe someone said, or when I was doing research about playing the trick of cold and light and darkness, and I don't have the time for that. So if she blooms on her own without me doing all these tricks, then kudos to me, but I'm just going to appreciate her for the foliage and just leave it as that. My next one is a more of a friendly cacti. It's great to have around your kids and pets, and great for your fingertips. And this is, I think they call it the friendly, let's see if I can get her. They call her the friendly cactus. Completely thornless and smooth. I love her. The fact that I can do this and admire her strong, sturdy stance is so satisfying to me, and she's actually a beautiful plant. I just put her in this one. She didn't come in this pot because I got her at CVS. I think I watched about it 2 years ago. Yeah, it's been about 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago. I watched another YouTuber, I can't think who it was at the time, but they had made a mention of them finding one at CVS. So I said, you know what, let me go to CVS and see if I can get one. And lo and behold, to my surprise, it was there. So, surprise, surprise. And I love her. Okay, this right here, is my sand dollar cactus. I'm hoping I can get her to flower one day. She's growing inside my dining room on my shelving unit underneath of artificial light. So I haven't really put her outside. I don't know if I'm taking it for granted, the size of the cactus. I just don't feel comfortable putting her outside just yet. I feel like I would have to keep on top of the watering, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll just have to wait. I may just put them outside next year, next growing season. I'll wait and see. And when I say them, I mean this one and this beautiful color ball cactus. You see the little pink dots in the middle is actually the formation of a bloom. It was always there when I purchased this plant, you guys. I just haven't had a chance to have it bloom. It's sitting on my floating shelf in here, right up against the window. So I was kind of hoping that she would do something, but she slowly bloomed. Her blooms or flowers are really pretty. So if I get her to finally produce it and open up, I'll be thrilled. But who cares if it doesn't happen, because that color is just amazing to me. Love it. I'm gonna get this one out of the way. This is, y'all already seen this plant not a couple of months ago, a month ago or so, when I did a repot of her. And these storms we've been having, you know, we've been having some crazy storms where the winds are strong, and it's just been knocking my plants over and breaking a lot of plant pots. So I don't know, but this is my other aloe, and I don't know if this is the star. I can't think of the name, you guys. I apologize for that. But y'all can see why I love her so much. Look at the color. First of all, because I have her growing outside as part of my front porch decor, she has gained a lot of different colors, and you can really see it in the actual leaf as well as the edge. And let me tell you about these edges for those of you who do not have this plant. This is probably not a very child-friendly plant. You don't want to have it around your little ones that love digging their fingers in things and touching things, as well as probably your fur babies, because these things right here, these on the edge, boy, is kind of like very sharp. You would have to be very careful. So that's my cup of aloe. I love it. I do have to cut a bottom leaf off. I don't know if you can see it, but it has dried. I need to cut it off and so that she can maintain her health, but I haven't had any issues with this plant. I'm gonna jump over. This is my shark tooth. Is it shark tooth? Shark tooth cactus, you guys. This plant can grow massively long if grown in the right conditions. I love the way the mature form of this plant looks, even though for her to be starting out, she's doing very well, and she has put out some growth. This whole piece right here, and I want to say this whole piece right here has pretty much been growing under me. This part right here as well is also new growth, so she's doing well. I have her hanging in a macrame over here by my window in this sunroom, and she is loving life. But man, I can't wait for her to get long, child. Y'all want to hear about it when it happens. Y'all who here? Let me put her on the floor. I thought of another plant. I forgot to take her down, but I definitely wanted to showcase her and talk to y'all. So give me a second. Okay, so I think the reason why I forgot to bring her down is because I forgot she is a very top-heavy plant, and this is my Epiphyllum oxypetalum cactus, also known as the Queen of the Night cactus or the orchid cactus, you guys. This plant is known for her once-a-year bloom, if you're lucky to see, and she kind of blooms in the middle of the night and dies off before the sunrise. So if you're actually ever able to see a bloom, photograph it because it's worth remembering. But I love the funky wildness of her, and I can always tell when she needs a drink really by feeling her leaves and of course double checking the soil. I have her in this terracotta pot because when I brought her, and I haven't had her, maybe I did have her for a year, maybe not. I don't think I've had her for a year quite yet. But when I got her, she was actually in a plastic pot, and she was becoming top heavy. So I had to plant her in something a little bit heavier, but she still tilts this pot if I was to put her down. So I'm going to have to put her back on the ring right here. So give me a second. Y'all let me know if you have this plant, and if you do, have you been fortunate enough to see its blooms? Okay, so this is a cactus that I not too long ago brought in. She is growing in my back deck for the growing season, and when she's not, she is actually partaking the elements in the sunroom. And this is my spiral cactus. You guys, since I put her outside, she has grown somewhat. I thought I felt roots, but it wasn't. But you guys, I love this plant because of just the funky way that it grows. I mean, it's really nice, and it has a lot of pricklies, as y'all can see. So this cactus can be a little dangerous too, but I really admire the structure of her. This next plant I've had for about 3 years, I would say, give or take. 3 years. It's going on 3 years. And it is my jade plant. I love her. I am admiring her for those beautiful trunk of a stem, those thick succulent leaves. The fact that you could actually pull a leaf off and put it in soil and it'll grow a whole new plant. It has this little baby one growing right here, which is quite cute. But when she gets a lot of light, she does a subtleness of reddish hue. She is currently living on my windowsill in my kitchen, up against the window, pushed up, and so she's loving life, and I can't be mad at her. And I want to show y'all, I don't know if it'll pick it up, Look at those red backs. Some of them, you see? Well, I don't think can y'all see it? It's hard for me to show y'all without. So that's where you see her actually getting some of the sunlight. It is hot in here. Is it still hot where you are? Just curious. Let me know. Okay, here is my golden snake cactus that I have not had for a year as well. Y'all watch my videos. Y'all know that I have her chilling out on my porch as part of my front porch decor in this cute little elephant planter. I think the color of the yellow and the light orange plays off well with the green in my personal opinion. But she has also grown, and I can tell that she's actually grown from here to here because I see like a little ring of a different color type of thing going on there. But yeah, and she's becoming a little shaky and wobbly, but I love her. You have to be careful with this one too. She has very fine pricklies. This one is my Ripsalis. I think I showed y'all my propagated one, but I wanted to show you guys the mama plant. She's not, well, I mean, she's not full on this side. She's pretty full on the other side, but it's okay. I think she looks good in this egg, like Easter egg type of planter. And I have her sitting literally right here. And I feel her leaves. Mistletoe cactus. I feel her leaves before I give her a drink, and I definitely make sure that the soil is dry before giving her a drink as well. She's doing much better in here. I initially had her in my sunroom by the window. It was too much for her from what I could see. Brought her inside my home. She started dropping leaves. I don't think she was getting enough light. Now I brought her back in here, but I don't have her near the window. Like I said, she's literally right over here. And so she just chills right here. She's getting probably 4 or 5 feet of light from the window, as well as my Sansi when I have it on. So she's living life well, and she's doing pretty good. Now my next one, gotta move some of these plants out of the way, you guys. It's getting tricky. This one you've already seen as well. I love this plant. So it's a Euphorbia, my Millii. Is it Millii? Yeah, Millii Pink Cadillac. I love her. I got this one from Gabriella Plants. Beautiful specimen, you guys. I really love the color of the leaves, the elongated leaf structure. It's very smooth finish, that matte color, the beautiful flowers that it gives you, and the fact that it flowers even during the non-growing season is very soothing. If you see that it's really cold outside, but you still see that something inside your home is still vibing to the growth, and it's just very, I don't know, satisfying. And then the cool feature, of course, is this thorn-like structure for the, I guess, the stem of the plant. I love this plant very, very, very much. So glad I have her in my collection. Such an easy care. She's been growing, and I have her sitting on one of my shelves. Actually, my plant stands in here by the window. She's loving and living her best life. This other cactus that I have, I have not had long in my collection, but I do in fact love her a lot, and it's my variegated San Pedro cactus because the color is just absolutely amazing. Oh man, look at that, you guys. Isn't it amazing? Like, oh man, like, it's crazy how variegation is a form of a mutation, but how beautiful a mutation it is. It's just strikingly like impressive to me when it comes to plants. I just think It's pretty cool. Like, it's a sweet spot for Mother Nature. But look at it, you guys. Pretty good looking. I love it. We're winding down to the final two, I believe. I had to do an overlook. Yes, we are winding down to the last two. Let me show you this. This plant, I know that I do not showcase her at all. So I'm definitely, out of all the plants, shining the spotlight on her. Because you guys rarely see her. And if you do, it's probably when I did a houseplant tour. Who knows when. But this is, it's called Acetum Adolphi. Acetum Adolphi. I've had her for almost 3 years. She's growing funky, you guys. I like how she is crawling over the pot. Very thick stems. I water her not a lot, you guys. I try my best not to. And I also try my best not to move her. Because it seems like when I move her, I'm always knocking a leaf off. And that's why you see right here how I put a lot of the leaves. You know, if they break off, you just put them in there and they will reroot. And as you can see, they're giving me off. You see the babies in there that's growing and took off. So I think that's pretty cool. She is growing in my dining room. She is getting nothing but my Sansi light. She is thrived completely off of artificial lighting. She's getting very extreme, very little natural light. And she is loving it. And I'm not going to move her from that spot, because if I move her from that spot, she's going to have to come in here. She's got to get, I think, blasted with light is the key to this baby, to keeping her. And look, she'll grow out these little, see them little like aerial roots, like roots. So if I wanted to, which I don't, I could actually cut her right here and just put her in soil. I could plop this off and put it in soil and create a whole new plant. But I like how she's growing, so I'm not gonna do that. And this is probably the only real succulent that looks like this that I have been able to keep alive. I'm not even gonna tell you. I've had a couple prior to, and I think I just did not understand how resilient they are in regards to water, that they don't need a whole lot of water and you can wait. So I let her dry completely out, and I'm not giving her a drink until these leaves are actually like feeling very soft and mushy, and then I just give her a drink. And it just seems like me and her have that kind of loving relationship. So yeah. Okay, so my last one, I had to save her for last to end the video on this one, because she is my pride and joy. This one grows in the sunroom on the off season, and I always have her in the deck in the growing season. And she has been getting tall, and I don't know if homegirl will become my height one day, but if she does, oh boy. And let me see if I can get to her, because she's kind of heavy. Guys, I love her. This is my Euphorbia. Well, I can't think of her name, but she's the variegated version. I'm so sorry, I can't think of your name. But you guys, I've had her. This is my second growing season with her, and I got her at a very good size to begin with, but since I've had her, I want to say she's grown probably from this portion right here, since I've had her. And like I said, she has pretty good height. Can't really beautiful. I love the variegation in her. It's like, oh, I just realized, I just remembered her name, you guys. This is the variegated amac. Euphorbia amac. And I mean, can y'all see? I don't know if the camera's picking up. Y'all see the colors in there? The cream, all cream with the, look like brush strokes of light green going on in there. And then all white. But then, look at that. That variegation is stunning. Y'all see? So I really love this plant. I love really all my euphorbias. I'm just really getting more drawn to them. Like trying to find unique ones. But yeah, this ends this video, you guys. Out of the ones I've showed you, which ones do you have in your collection? Or which ones that I have that has inspired you to buy some? Or would you like to add to your collection? I'm curious. Please comment and let me know. And keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, if you have not subscribed yet, do so. And I thank you in advance. As always, enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.